Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's keep going with these things. We got plenty to play. Back is mostly healed, so.
You need to change your socks.
No, that's fine. I'm a little cold, so it's fine. If I need to later, I'll change them. We're just gonna kind of jump around. Just jump around for a bit. Oh yeah, I screwed up this. So. Let's fix this. Let's fix this one. Yeah, I screwed this one up badly. It's 14. Good chirp.
Absolutely perfect!
That one's a good one.
Next stage.
Good one to have, good one to do. Alright, let's go up. Should have known. I should have known better that Sunny wouldn't do something like that. So I almost got completely turned around.
Absolutely perfect!
It's good though. Good progression and everything.
Next stage.
It's a good one. Yeah, good 16. We'll get to that at some point. We'll get to that a little bit later. No. Mom, I want Crash Day on Rush. We have Crash Day on Rush at home. Yep. Taking notes from HP. Apparently taking notes from BPM as well. How to feel about that, to be honest.
Absolutely perfect!
I don't know how to feel.
Wow! New record!
Play again.
I think it does some cool things, but I think it's held back a lot by the song and its
Game
pacing.
over!
And there are some parts that are kind of a little out of left field. I don't know. It's really the song that drags it down for me. I don't really care for it. It just exists. Maybe I'll feel better on double here. Let's find out. It does at least take some risks, and I can appreciate that. Like, I do appreciate the risk taking there. Yeah. Yeah. chart. That's a really good one. What's up, Amir?
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
I really do appreciate that even though it's the easiest double, it takes its risks of its own. Very good. It's not simple. It's like what it should be. And focuses more on the movement. That's a lot of really cool things going on there. We'll try S20. Let's try S20. I don't think I saw this chart, so if not, this will be a side read. If so, then I don't remember. I very much expect a lot of bursting now, and at least one little mini run. That was a lot of bursting. Got through it okay, but I was not quite ready for it.
Absolutely perfect!
Not bad for first try.
Wow! New record!
It definitely is interesting.
Next stage.
Hey, Mitan. Oh, I agree on 1948. I played that last time, and even with my back being hurt, it was still really fun. We'll come back to the others. Got Decadence. I want another shot at this one. I want another shot at this one. beds. I think I want to try that one more time. Damn it.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Now, this one's like way more fun than it ever had any right to be. And it already had a pretty good right to have be fun.
Game over!
One more time. And then we should probably get some of the added charts before I forget about them. They look like a mixed bag. They're diverse at least, but definitely a mixed bag in terms of what we're gonna see. Like, really, this chart is pretty much perfect for what it needs to be, and I'm happy it exists. Focus in the middle. Hey, Duster.
Unbelievable! More than that!
Yeah, there are a bunch of tap holes in the first half.
Next stage!
Just force you to do the technique. Now, I know that's not going to stop everyone, but for 99.9% of us, that'll make us do it. Don't worry, there will definitely be people that you have to like go out of your way to the point where it's really not worth it. This is honestly the kind of technique where it's just better if you do it straight up. Oh no. I hear Spencer screaming.
Like, it is screaming, yeah.
That's probably how he felt after ITG Mania. What is up, sir? Well, thank you for the raid. Hope ITG Mania was fun. Hope all y'all doing well today. Anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Zelo. I'm some guy who plays dance games and speedruns of other kinds. We are going through the new 2.08 update that was released earlier this week for Phoenix. My back wasn't great on Thursday, so I mostly played only easier things. So now we're just trying to dig into most of the rest of the content. Anyway, I'm going to take one more attempt at this one. really fun. Oh, I don't know when 1948 D29 will be. I only see a question mark, question mark. Yes, I know it's 29 internally right now. Really? Did I really not hit that? Alright, we'll let that one slide.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
Yeah, my back is like 95% there. That's good enough. It isn't like super done, but it's significantly less sore. Because like Wednesday when I had to do some stuff for work, I was definitely feeling it. Because sometimes I need to like crouch down, and sometimes I'll like to just get on my side or back, and even then, it was still kind of hurting. So, always take care of yourself. Alright, let's try this one more time here. I'm also laughing my butt off because this just came out, but also just a few days ago, Litmus released a new song called Deck Dance. And the video is exactly what you'd expect from a Litmus song. It's pretty damn funny.
Litmus should do the beast dance.
Oh god. Oh lord. The thing is, he'd do the beast dance, but he'd do his signature, all the body parts are removed and all flailing on their own. Maybe I need to contact him and be like, hey, do that. Alright, we're gonna get this one more chance here.
Hey, is this really your best?
I was wanting to keep doing eighth notes. I want to know what Marie's gonna call like the rip-off Chewbacca, as I'm gonna call him for now, until we get an official name. got off on the wrong foot at the very end. I somehow caught it, but that's not any better.
Absolutely perfect!
Damn. I like Cousin It. Yes.
Next stage.
Yes. This is where Cousin It is actually from. Alright, one more try. One more. And actually do the ending on the correct foot this time. Because if you start that bracket with the wrong foot like I tried to do, now you're just scrambling to try and fix it. But yes, I like Cousin It. One last one. Screwed up a little bit in the middle, that's fine, we'll keep that. What a good chart.
Absolutely perfect!
We'll clean it up another time.
Wow! New record!
Want to keep going here. Still got plenty of content to get through. But I think out of everything in Phoenix that best takes advantage of its song for charts, this is a top contender. This is like top 5 right here. Every chart for this is really good for what it is.
Game over!
And they take risks as well. They're not super straight. They take some risks. Even like the S18 takes some pretty good risks for its level in BPM. So that one's quite good. And I made the realization for this. Not only did Fefems work on both You songs, Marie did as well. Because she did both Wild Aura and Decadence. I wonder if we're going to keep that trend if You composes more songs for Pump. Because I think that works out really well for Yu's typical style of composing. Alright, let's move on to Double Split. Doubles. Also cat. A lot of cat. I'm even wearing a cat shirt. That is one of the best 20s we've had in a long time.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
That is so good.
Next stage.
This chart knows exactly what it wants to do. It takes its main ideas, expands them as needed. It never feels overdone. Everything feels perfectly arranged. Oh man, yeah, FFM definitely gets props for this one. This probably ends up being the favorite for me. And probably for a lot of other people. I'll probably be playing that a lot for warm-up. Because that is outstanding and fun. And the song's really grown on me too. Alright, well, let's check out this. I've seen it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be fun though. Hard part is gonna be doing the freaking bracket jacks and crossing over centers. surprisingly tiring.
Unbelievable! You're the best!
It's good.
Wow! New record!
I think I enjoyed the single a little bit more, but this is also really good. I'll play it again.
Next
It's really good. I do prefer the singles movement just a little bit. It just feels a little more cohesive. But as a whole, it's still really good. And definitely has its share of nasty things. This really is modern charting at its most polished. Because we've definitely had some back and forth on some things, but this is absolutely, like, if you want the best of what Phoenix has to offer, I definitely say this is a contender. And it's really the whole package too, like song, BGA, and charts all wrap up together perfectly. It's just really fun to play. It's getting kind of warm in here, so I better keep going. I overtapped one note, but I only got great, so I'm okay with that. Good. I can live with that for now.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Yeah, if I'm getting that overtap and only getting a grade out of it, I can live with that. That's good. What's up, Joey? That's a good question, and it really just depends who you ask. It really depends who you ask. Because there are very differing opinions for everybody on this team right now.
Game over!
I do think in terms of overall step quality, across the board for all levels, I would say EXE. Because he also, like, we know he doesn't make many easy charts now, but he's still very consistent at doing them. and everything that he's made that's hard is fun. Maybe underrated, but it's fun.
I actually would say Nimbu made some of the best charts.
Nimgo definitely did, but Nimgo also sometimes has some issues in a few ratings.
I think each of them had their very shiny gems.
Yeah, everybody on this team is a competent maker. It's not like some of the old games where you had maybe 4 or 5 people that really knew what they were doing at that. Everybody on this team is competent, and it really just depends from song to song, because some are less consistent than others.
I can't even say like I like this maker in this game in particular because everyone made something I really like.
Yeah, everybody has shined at one point or another. Several times usually.
Even the new stuff makers, like they just started but they already made some interesting stuff.
Yeah, like GG Wong, like the only thing I didn't like from GG Wong's was Pirate. Everything else that he put out has been very good. And he's brand new to the team.
You're gonna love him shortcut.
Yeah, I saw Matt loves it. It's his new favorite D24 apparently.
I'm talking S15 and D7.
Yeah. And Pfeffims has made some great stuff too. Like I said, everybody has had a chance to shine. Everyone. And there are definitely controversial opinions on some songs, but as a whole, this is a very good team. With the only consistent quality concern being the state of lower levels, both in quantity and how they're written.
Yeah, I think when they didn't do a great job, it's mostly when they were not well paired with the song.
Yeah.
Either they didn't like the song or the style just didn't fit well.
Mm. Yes, I agree on Dolky. Because the others, I agree, like he always experiments, he tries new things. Not always to the best effect, but he tries. And many of his experiments actually work out pretty well.
I like it.
Like, they're very divisive. And that can be fine. Because I think stuff like dancing is divisive in a good way. I think it's fresh and interesting. Well, we're definitely going to see what happens in the future because right now, counting everybody and assuming nobody leaves the team, we are at 11 step makers right now, which is the highest we've had in a long time. Yes, those two definitely are very important for the game. For how incredibly straight that is, that chart's perfectly fine.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Like, yeah, it's all straight, but it stays interesting. And it still has breaks. Well paced. Like, I think this is a better straight run chart than a lot of other run charts that we used to use, like Crown Fox.
Next stage.
Let's try the double again. I didn't do too good on that the first time. And like I said, the song doesn't overstay its welcome. It's pretty short, so it doesn't get too repetitive. Like, it's definitely there, but it changes fast enough and it's interesting enough to keep you entertained. Like, it's only like 1:45. Alright. I think after this song we'll take a break from new songs and go to new charts for old songs. Because otherwise I will forget they exist. So just do the double tap so I don't get confused. Also, I would have loved to see an actual Lyra or PGA for this. The title card's already good. I definitely overshot that. Aridan, welcome in. Sorry about that.
Perfect! Next stage.
Putting that side by side with the singles, that one does stick out a little bit more. Probably in an okay way, but it definitely sticks out. No, we're gonna go back to single. We'll get 22, and then we'll go in order from there in terms of rating. That way we can just kind of flip back and forth. Yeah, I thought that 20 was gonna be a lot harder than it was, but honestly, it's pretty chill. I would actually honestly argue good night D19 is probably harder.
It is. It has pretty
Some nasty
movement
things.
heavy patterns.
It's 20, isn't it? Is it 19 or 20 on double? I forgot.
Good night?
Yeah,
19. Your dice zone at 20.
I couldn't
Well,
remember.
full moon also 20, but that doesn't count. Full moon is a different style. Chase me is 18. Your 9 is 19. Your dice 20.
I thought Chase Me was 17 right now.
No. It's 8. It was 19. It was not rated.
We're talking full?
No. Double.
Oh, double. Okay. I was thinking single. My bad.
Chase me full is 19.
I was thinking singles. That's why I was confused.
Chase me full was also always 19 and qualified.
Yep. It definitely earns that 25 rating. It's pretty hard. Alright, this is like almost all straight runs, so.
Looks like a military module.
It's a pretty easy 22.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Yeah, that's definitely on the lower end. It looks intimidating, but the patterns are very easy, so they don't require much stamina. That one's definitely one of the easiest 22s in the game, because you don't really have to try that hard. Like, I still have plenty of tank in the gas. Plenty of gas in the tank. Tank in the gas.
That sounds like I don't know. Some Space Network Mars.
Game over!
We're just gonna pretend I'm thinking of Last Crusade and Indiana Jones blowing up Nazis. How's that?
You're just affected by my
Yep.
reading miscomprehension.
Well, I think I did something like that when I did Network Transmission a couple months ago. I said, hiding in the cyber trees of the leaves. Something like that. I didn't catch it until I watched it back. I'm good at just, like, replacing words for no reason. Alright, so let's get through the rest of Human Extinction here. And then, Carter sent me a UCS to play, so play that once for her.
What did you do?
D17 for 1948. Everybody's making doubles of various difficulties right now because they're all too hard.
Game 2!
I will say, these three Monster Death songs in the middle right here, I think these are some of the best licenses Phoenix pulled. Like, these are really good, as a whole. Underworld, the mastering quality is but it's composed well and it's fun to play, so I give it a pass. And the other two are really fun to play too. Really just like this bit of 5 right here. Like these three, and then Nade Nade and Fracture Temporel. Like, that's definitely like outstanding. Then you've got BMS off to the side and other stuff to the left. But Very interesting and very not sight read friendly in the middle.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
Definitely a cool one though. And it definitely earned its rating by the end. It's definitely more of a 23 than Telling Fortune Flower. It's also way more fun than Telling Fortune Flower.
Next stage.
Numano's really good, Catastrophe's great. The problem with Perpetual is that it's not well mastered, and it's really repetitive. Like when I was going to go Triple S plus the D24 to get it on my ratings for pumpability, I was really feeling it. I was like, man, I just want this song to end. I do think we do need more guitars. That's a good point. That being said, I don't think Perpetual's the one. But it's okay. Mommy, I want guitars at home. We have guitars at home. 1948.
It does have guitars.
Yep. It does. Alright. I just know that this is a lot of run. Like a lot of run. I'm probably just going to try and cheese out any turns. Just to make sure I have enough energy to get through the end. Yeah, the chair was going to break for a second. Yeah, I heard that clunk. It was probably just the metal, but that chair probably needs to be retired. Okay. Okay, Mr. Osing, are you gonna get rid of me? Oh god. Yeah, those are holes. I wasn't expecting that. I think we're just gonna have to go.
That does seem to flow well.
Everything flows fine, but I was not expecting a bunch of holds.
Yes, you got you.
Osing got me. He definitely extinguished my life bar.
Life bar extinction.
Next stage.
I just wasn't expecting. I'm like, whoa, where the hell did all my health go? I'm assuming it's 10% probably. this, turn this. Turn it, not that bad. Yeah, so it's at the end of that another transition. Okay, pretty much once we get to the run, we just need to go. Regardless of how I feel. We just go. Alright, let's not get destroyed this time by holds. Yeah, I could have pushed a little harder, but whatever.
Wow, fantastic! Wow, new record!
Could definitely be better. Thank you for getting that. Yeah, those holds are very mean. I'm surprised they didn't take those out. They probably wanted to give you health, but you have to work for it. And if you miss them, bye-bye health.
Game over!
I still think that's like very slightly easier than Dement. Because it's not as long, not nearly as long, thank God.
But it's still harder than Polish.
Just barely.
Polish has more break in the first half.
But the ending is murder. In terms of like physical execution required, the ending is actually pretty hard. Now, if you know what to do, it's not that bad. And that lowers the difficulty a bit if you do, but it's not much easier than Human Extinction. That was fun. It's a good one. Good chart. It is a run chart, but it has its own tricks to it. And the first half is very free, but you have to be very careful not to drop holds and don't get too tired. Human Extinction was definitely a worthy addition to the game. Good one.
Yeah, it works better with harder chunks. Lower chunks are just,
They exist. And that's understandable. It's definitely a harder song, like in terms of feel, and that's what works best for it. It'd be like, what if we tried to give like Meteo Science a S9 or something? It'd be awkward as hell.
yeah.
Rhythms.
I think it
Rhythms and
work.
the mad science part would be okay, but the meteorized parts would be a mess.
Meteorize has a stem.
But it works best as a standalone, not mixed with something else. It's one of those things. Anyways, let's hit that 25 up, and then we'll check out some of the other things. That's way harder than it looks.
That's a cool chart.
Ugh.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. Wow, new record!
I'm gonna give that another try. That is much harder than it looks. There's not much of a break. Even the parts where it's not dense, you're doing things. So I very much disagree with whoever thought this is going to be 24. Because it certainly is not.
Probably the old school, like playing back with this.
Like, Boca was on the easiest end. That's a lot easier than this. This is absolutely not a 24. Because there are some nasty patterns. Hey Mythos, update's going fine. I'm having a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with the update so far. Even if I haven't liked some of the songs that much, I've enjoyed charts in general. There are some nasty things though, because I got destroyed on my first try of this, because I didn't know about the holes in the staircase halfway through the big run. So my life bar just went from 150% to 0. So that was a nasty surprise to learn. Update's been fun. I hope you've had a good time with it. I hope you're doing well. Decadence is really good. That's a very respectable choice. I think most people's favorite is going to be that. Unless we're memeing about 1948. And to be fair, 1948 is a really good song. I think in terms of like the overall sound, I think it's the most polished of the 1900 series. Because it knows exactly what it wants to do. And don't get me wrong, 1950 is great. But that was like Max's first time doing that. And by the time 1948 comes around, he's like, okay, I know exactly how I want to do this.
Actually, song-wise, like Burnout slightly more.
Which one?
Burnout.
Burnout's good.
Like, as a whole, Decadence is definitely the best, but song-wise, I like Burnout slightly more.
Let's give this another try. Not bad. Good.
Wow, you're awesome!
Good one.
Wow, new record!
It's amazing what scores you get when you just go. I still think that's an entry level 25 because it does not play around.
That's what we did.
Thank you.
Next stage.
Wow, the kinds of things you do when you just tell your body just go. It's a very interesting chart. It's a really good one.
I like how it does holds in between rounds.
Yeah, it does some nasty things all around. Especially that long one where it's kind of like Goodnight where you technically only have a little bit of time. But you can do what I did and just kind of slide over if you're really careful about it. Which is really cool.
Good job.
Like I've said in stream before when I talked to Sam said Nimgo was very important because he came up with lots of new ideas that others wouldn't do. And I very much agree. When Nimgo is really enjoying a song, you can tell.
When Nimbo is not bored.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and play that UCS that I got.
In today's user custom set.
So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play a few of the added charts for new songs, for old songs. And then I'm probably gonna call it a day. Like, how long have we been going? About an hour and a half? Almost an hour and a half. Okay, so yeah, we'll stop after that.
Maybe chair.
Well, it may not be official, but you get your wish right here. This is Carter's chart. It's rated D17, but it looked a little harder. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. I guess that's fine for what it is.
Absolutely
Hey, Kyle.
perfect!
I think the chart as a whole is mostly fine for what it is. The part I like least is actually like the beginning and middle choruses. Like where you have the long jacks in every other chart. Those patterns feel a little... I get what you're trying to do, but they feel a little off for that section compared to the rest of the song. Everything else as a whole is pretty good. The bracket ideas are fun. Did it used to have a UCS marking before? It says UCS. Did it used to say that? On that icon right there.
Over!
I didn't see any UCS.
It said right there. Below the exclamation points. I don't think that was there before.
It said double something.
Yeah, double exclamation point, and then UCS below it.
I didn't see that at all.
I did. It's a little small, but it was there. I don't think those were tagged before. Unless I've just like completely played like UCSs and then not finished credits out. Okay, thanks, Kyle. That is nice. Yeah, whenever I like do like my UCS testing, like the few times I actually make it and record it, I pretty much just like leave via the test menu. So I guess I just had never had a chance to actually see it.
I just never play UCS.
Yep, neither do I. Anyways, I hope you've been enjoying the patch. I hope you've been enjoying your 1948. Let's go over some of the new charts for old ones. Let me pull up the list. starting with Silverbeat.
New team, K-pop. Using test to level 17, level 19, level 22.
Just a little difficult. You know, I thought I was done with this song after I PC'd in Chrono, but no. I guess we're just gonna keep going here. This was a hard perfect circle to get in Chrono too. It's fun, but that one took a while. Yeah, battle number 1 will be fun, but it definitely is gonna make us work. Because the ending is yikes. Alright, Refos. Let's go, sir. It's hard. It's fun, but it's hard.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go the hard route for this, this is how you want to do it. What's up, Dragon Sage? We may as well. We have Tosh. We might as well just have more Tosh runs in some ways. Because even though it's a different step artist, it definitely feels similar in ways. Yeah. There are also some hard-ass runs in there for 153. You really gotta work. I like to think of it this way. You're playing the end of step D20, but for half the chart. Now, I might play easier charts. I don't know yet. I'm gonna play the new stuff for the old songs first. Then we're gonna see how I feel. My back is still recovering a bit. Like, it still feels much better today. But I have stuff to prepare anyways. Because I need to prepare more Doom stuff for a marathon in like 2.5 weeks. So I kind of want to have energy for that and not die here. Definitely could use a good dinner after this though. What are you thinking?
Food.
Yeah, food is important.
Food for dinner.
Food for dinner.
You know, that's gonna be a good political slogan. Food for dinner.
God. Alright, let's The slapstick parfait. That's what we'll have for dinner, a slapstick parfait.
Level 20, level 23.
Only the songs up there with one yeah.
No.
Three of them.
Yep. More reference. I don't know. I don't know how I feel on this one. Thank you.
Unbelievable! You are the best! Wow! New record!
I guess. I guess it's okay to have. I'm tired and I don't really feel like playing it again, so we'll do better next time.
Stage.
I'm definitely tired and lazy. Yeah, it definitely needs some dinner. So I think it's gonna be the last song of the day. It's a short session, but I've been trying to recover ever since Big Deal, and even though it's been like a week since then, it's really hard to recover from big events for me these days. Like, you'd be surprised if you haven't done it before, how much energy it takes and how much of your vocal cords it hurts when you talk for like 5 hours at a time. Especially when you're like me and Tusa and we bounce off each other and we just don't shut up. In a good way. Like, I love having Tusa as like commentary partner because we bounce off each other really well for matches.
Well, that was certainly overwhelming me.
It's just figuring out how to be complimentary, especially since we're a small team. Alright, do we do Danger and Danger or Halloween Party? I'm gonna let you pick. Danger and Danger or Halloween Party?
Halloween Party.
Okay. Halloween Party it is.
Let's see more of the Reaper.
So
I
it's...
forgot after like.
I mean, those are the only two I can see from my list from here. I don't see Afterlife on my list yet. God, I love this PGA. Okay. Last song of the day. Let's go, Mr. Gigi Wong. It's like 0 and 4 or something. 6.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
Now that's a good one. But yow. That's a hard run. And it's not like the rest of it is like trivial in the movement either. The jumps wear you out. It's not quite at 24 level, but it's definitely high end 23. Because I would put it above something like Chaos Strength.
Game over!
Because it murders on the stamina. And you really have to go at the end. It does not let up at the end. Anyways, it's a good day overall. After getting tricked by human extinction once, we got the rest of it, so. It's a fun day. So, let me see if I can find y'all a host, see who's doing some things. Send y'all over there on Twitch while I go get some dinner. Oh. Let's go say hi to Satan. Let's go say hi to Satan. I think she's doing Plants vs. Zombie stuff today. Alrighty, y'all. I may or may not be back tomorrow for Pump or something else. We'll see. I've got pretty much all weekend off, aside from Tuesday where we're going to go see a concert. So probably won't do anything Tuesday late. Probably early if I do something. Anyways, you go say hi to Satan. Go have some fun. And I'll see y'all next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone.